All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is by you. So today is gonna be hopefully the last paint day. We've got 2 heaters going in the garage. Temperature on this quarter panel is 89.2. Roof is 90. Temperatures are looking good. It's like 45 outside. Sunroof panel over here is 94. 95. All right, perfect. So what's gonna happen is Joe's not with me this morning, but I can't thank him enough. He was here with me all week through the goods and the bads. Today is gonna be all good. We're gonna kill it today. Base coat's gonna go on great. Clear is gonna go on great. It's gonna be an awesome day. So I'm not running filters anymore. Those are no longer gonna be there. These fans don't suck enough with the filters on it. So I already laid the primer over there. I sanded those scratches. Everything looks good. Wet sanded the whole car with 600 grit. I'm going to mix the paint now, open the garage, put the fans in place, turn them on, do a tack rag real quick around the car, and then shoot it. All right, so I'm gonna do a point of view here on the chest and see how well this kind of just works out. So I just turned the heaters off, the air compressor is charged. I'm gonna fill this cup, basically, I guess, there is no 4-to-1, so I can kind of go as high as I want. Last time when I sprayed, I used the whole cup and had a bunch left over. So I'm gonna fill this thing up to like, we'll use the 4-to-1 chart just because I think last time I filled the first thing up to 8. I'll probably go up to maybe, let's do 8 again on here, but on the second one there. Hard part is this now. I'm gonna put the tack rag in my pocket, still in the container, the plastic, but I'm going to put these gloves on after I pick the garage door up, and then I'm gonna tack rag, the car. The garage should already be open. It is. This is obviously gonna probably move some dust. Do a little test hit here. That looks pretty good. Let's do the sunroof panel first and we'll see. Looks pretty good. I kind of want to do a pass on the car first. On this primered side. Here it is after coat 1. You can see maybe I need to get a little bit heavier there. Most of it's flashed off. It's pretty dull. It's got a light sheen to it, but I think that's okay. It's been curing for 27 minutes. I've laid 2 coats, one on the driver's side, or yeah, 2 on the passenger side, sort of, and 1 on the driver's side. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. We'll try. So the fans are off. Right here's 81.9 degrees. The roof is 86. Door jamb low to the ground, 75-ish. Let's come over here. Looking like 79-ish. Oh, down here's like 67. It has been sitting for 30 minutes and 40 seconds. Sunroof's 85. So I think I'm just gonna hit the whole car now with 1 coat. do one more total coat with just base here and call that it for the base, and just try to focus on getting everything. All right, so it's been 51 minutes since I laid the base coat. The old Craftsman is still running, so that's good. So it's supposed to be dull. Still looks pretty shiny up here on the pillar. Down there is pretty dull. This is gonna get covered, but that's definitely dry. I mean, most of this is, I guess, is it dull or is it like just got a sheen to it from the lights? You know what I mean? I guess it's probably dull. It's just got a sheen, would be my guess. It's got to be just this pillar's got a sheen on it from, yeah, it's dull. It's just the way that these lights are hitting it, I guess. Let's get the IR in here, because obviously I don't want to touch it if it, you know, if I'm gonna smear it. I mean, it should be way good, but I'm just taking a lot of precautions this time. So this back panel here is, that's 91 degrees. Up here on the roof, 92. Got the door jamb, 88. 87 on the pillar. This has got to be dry. 93. All right, we got over here opposite side of the car, but still 89, 90, 92. The sunroof over here is always the hottest. How about a lot? 93. All right, so I'm going to turn this guy off now. This garage will hold temp pretty well. And as you just saw, the panels are all cool. So, I'm gonna unplug the Craftsman. Probably let this go for like another 10 more minutes and mix up the clear coat. Probably mix up 2 of those things of clear coat, like 2 containers, and then open the garage, turn the fans on, and then just do a dust, like a little dust coat, not a dust coat, but a tack rag over the whole car, just to get any dust that landed on it before we lay the clear. Super excited. It looks pretty good. I know I missed something, I'm sure, but again, I don't think you could do, I think I'm giving it the best chance it can get. And my OCD, it's just too much perfection I'm looking for, and I need to be okay with some small imperfections, but I'm trying my best to not get any. So, okay, so I wanted to tack rag the car real quick before I even open the door, and then tack rag it again. But as I went around the tack rag, look at all the tan that landed on it. So it's probably all the overspray that was just like in the air that the fans couldn't, excavate. And then I kind of went gently, real gently back with a blue cloth until it sort of like didn't have anything on it. Now I'm going to pick the door up, tack rag it one more time, and hopefully there's nothing that appears onto the actual tack rag, and we're spraying some clear. All right, so it's been 46 minutes. I basically waited like 12 minutes in between each coat of clear. I think when I was painting in Florida, I was usually at like 8 to 10 max, but that's what I waited here. And again, it was kind of more, I was scared because I didn't want the solvent pop situation again that I had last time. Body panels maintained 65 degrees. I kept checking them out, which is fine. The hardener was anywhere from, I think it was 50 to 75. So it's like, right in the middle, which is perfect. That being said, the sunroof looks, okay, some stuff landed in it. Aside from that, it looks way smoother. There's definitely some orange peel, but it looks like there's a really good coat. Some areas don't even have orange peel. Now the car, on the other hand, I don't know if it can come through, definitely does. And I think a lot of it was because I was just scared. I think I was probably going by a little too fast and not enough overlap maybe. But I was scared to essentially have a solvent pop situation, which is why I went as fast as I did. So this will probably be the end of this video. I'm gonna let it just fully dry overnight. I'm gonna check it out. And I bought a Griot's G9 buffer. I'm not a buffing expert here, but I bought that buffer. I bought some fast correcting cream and I bought some perfecting cream. Maybe I can get away with just throwing the fast correcting cream on the buffer going over the car and it'll be good. Or maybe I have to wet sand it and we'll go from there. And I'm trying to buff it and see if it comes out. Obviously I don't want to burn through the clear coat. So areas like this, man, I don't know how people do it because it's such a small area, right? And I already know burning through the edges is gonna be super fast. So like, do you just do that by hand and just focus in the center when you polish it? I don't know, I'm not a body guy here, but giving it a whirl. So yeah, there's that. And I don't know, man, looking at the roof, granted there's some shade over here, like some, some shadows from the lights, but the roof looks like I might be able to polish that out. It's already got some shine. Like over here does not have as much shine to me as the rest of the car does. And I don't think I hit this panel any less than I did anything else. It might just be the light, the way it's hitting it or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, this looks way shinier. I don't know. Let me just take you guys along for this whole journey. I'll just grab a light here. I don't know if that's going to show me, but again, I'm hoping I just didn't put it on too light. I mean, worst case, I don't see any solvent pops right now, so that's a plus. But worst case, I put just the clear on just too light. I guess I could scuff the whole car with like 1500 grit, level it out if I have to, and then just spray it more clear on top of this thing. Yeah, I'm going through materials. I don't really care. That's fine. I'll go through materials if I have to. The thing is, I basically treated the sunroof the way I always treat all the other panels. Like, that thing gets messed up, I don't care. I can just redo it. It's small, it's easy. But the body of the car, as you've seen this whole series, I don't want to get a giant thing in the panel, so I'm just trying to be more cautious. But looking back, maybe I should have went a little slower on my last pass. But again, I'm gonna let this thing just cure, see what the body temp is right now, and probably just turn this off. I know if you bake it, it's supposed to be 120 degrees if the body hits that. She's good to go. So right now she's 80 degrees. The roof, 81. I mean, I can let this thing just run, I guess. We'll go from there. This side of the panel is 80. Sunroof panel, 83. This is the worst part about painting, is just waiting. Like, I want to know if this clear coat's, correctable, fixable. Is the orange peel, kind of get it out and smooth it without going through the clear. Hey, welcome back. My name's Justin. I'm kind of a paint expert, so I'm going to teach you guys some tips and tricks about painting. In all seriousness, no, I'm not. I appreciate you for coming along with the adventure. And here's where the car sits right now. You're probably like, wait, what the hell? The last thing we saw was you were spraying clear. So I was. There was some orange peel, maybe not terrible in all areas, but some areas were a little worse than others. And I was gonna just cut and buff it. And then I was kind of concerned of like maybe burning through it or something. So I read and got messages from people about doing like a flow coat, which I guess is essentially painting the car, clearing it, and then scuffing it up with X amount of grit, which in my case I did 1000 grit. And I'm gonna reshoot it. It's supposed to lay a lot easier, and it'll give me also some room, I guess, to cut and buff it and won't have to worry about burning through as much. I did burn through 2 little spots. I don't think you can see it. You can't even see it, but one was on this little edge here. It's just hard, man. These little edges are they're just tough. It makes me even more concerned now to cut and buff. So if you are a detailer out there, let me know what you guys do around edges. Just ignore them. That's my best guess. So the car is definitely flat. There are some little areas that I hope is going to be okay. Like, you might be able to see it. There's definitely like little tiny bits of orange peel still in it, but I mean, it got down pretty good. I'm assuming as thick as the clear coat is, it's just going to sort of fill those, stick to it, and move on. So kind of let the garage just kind of come up the temp a little bit. It's been windy all day. I've been wanting to do this earlier. It's killing me. But I think now's the time. So I'm going to pull the heater out, let the temp of the car actually come down a little bit because it got a little too hot for the hardener that I've got. And we are going to spray. Let's see what happens. All right, so you didn't see any video of me, laying the flow coat. But essentially what I realized that I did wrong this entire time with the clear coat, I was just being like a little nanny about it, and I just was not laying it on there heavy enough. I was worried about runs, solvent pops. Essentially, I needed to do an overlap of like 80%. Move the same speed you saw me moving earlier, but instead of like overlapping 50%, you know, laying a pass, move 50% up, move another pass, basically do it 80%. So you're kind of a fast motion, but continuously, you know, overlapping itself a lot tighter. So with that being said, I'm gonna show you, I'm super excited about. There are some dust nibs. I will address them. I will show them to you. They're primarily on the roof and the sunroof panel, quite a bit on the sunroof panel. And I don't know if it's actually just dust or if it's just like dry clear coat in the air that kind of dry, you know, flies and lands in it. Because when I scuffed the whole car at 1500 before I shot this flow coat, all of them were able to come out. So having this extra layer of clear, they should definitely be able to come out. And hopefully I don't have to get as aggressive with sandpaper to do a polish job. But so nonetheless, I'll also show you something else that I did a little bit different, but here it is. I'll get you a little more close up, but it is way better than we saw the other day. So now for the A pillar and the B pillar, what I was doing before is I took the gun and just kind of went and went like this, but then I said, you know what, I need to overlap. So instead of doing that, I took the gun and I basically went like this. And I went over it. Did the same with the roof, but I kind of like went to about here on the roof. So then when I came up over here, I just sort of just feathered it in and rolled back like this. And it looks 10 times better. You see there's a little dust nib there. There are some dust nibs. I've looked at people doing, you know, taking like razor blades and scuffing them out. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet because a lot of them don't look like they're that tall. That I might be able to scuff this thing with like 2000 grit and they might just kind of take the tops off, we'll see. But I got a little excited. Definitely does look like there's some dust that got inside the car. Nothing that a little bit of some cleaner and some light elbow grease can't solve. Super excited. So started tearing everything off. What I am gonna try to do is, I guess, is let this thing cure for a whole week. If you're curious why I keep worried about the temperatures with the little IR thermometer, it's because it's primarily been like 35 degrees outside now, give or take. So what I've been doing is getting the garage up to temp, and the garage holds it really well. The garage is typically about 25, 30 degrees hotter in here than it is outside. So I think it's like 35, and it was like 55 degrees in here. So put the heaters on today. The paint got up to like 90 degrees. I let it sit there for about 2 hours. It did that last night too before the temp went down. So I think the car will cure like this. I mean, it's dry to touch, but I'm gonna let it go for a full week and just kind of let it do its thing. And then maybe this weekend, Matt's gonna come over and we could just try to like start on a panel and buff it. For the most part, the clear is the same looking all over the car, which is great. Sunroof panel, minus the dust nibs that I gotta take care of. So what I'm confused about, not really confused, but any detailers want to throw me in here, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, kind of scared to buff the A pillar here, or even the B pillar. I bought a Griot's G9, so it's kind of big, especially the pillar here, like, kind of terrifying. Or do you just sort of just leave that and let it rock? Because to be honest with you, it's not terrible. It's got like maybe factory orange peel in it. That's where some of these panels have less than factory, I'd say. But like going around this body line right here, man, kind of scares me. Or kind of coming down over here, sort of scares me. But we'll see. What I also wanted to show you guys is I took this off. This stuff is great. In case you're worried about like, if I was to ever paint something else again that had trim in it, definitely worth its investment. This stuff, I think. This 3M trim tape. Oh no! My ASR sticker. We're good. So I did see I got a little some overspray. I guess I didn't cover that all the way there. I'll have to figure out how to get that off the rubber. So this extra blue tape was there just because I was pulling back the seal so hard that some of the tape of that's built onto that little 3M trim tab was not cooperating. It was... All right, so it's starting to lay itself down. It's taking a second to sort of fall down the trim. I got some stuff on the window here. Not a big deal. I mean, I can have to scrape that off pretty easy. I'm gonna need to do a good dusting, a little detail on the inside. Got a little bit on the window there, but as you see it, that'll come off easy. And I don't know what, I totally missed a trim spot there. So we're gonna have to see how I can remove this paint from this rubber. It shouldn't, oh, take that back. So it shouldn't be adhered very well. Nothing was prepped on it. Anyways, I'll deal with that later. This trim looks like it's already kind of fallen back down into place. I think because I had it up so long with that stuff, it sort of like made the rubber like think that's its new home. So once this is done, I'll probably put some Schnitzel grease on it, rub it around. So next on the agenda is really honestly just clean the friggin' garage, wash the 4S2000. She's been neglected heavily. And you can see I put her out in the rain the other day when I was gonna paint, and then I didn't, so she's gotta get done. Put her car cover over, just the garage exploded. So hopefully this is gonna come out really good, and the next time I go to polish this, I'm gonna leave the windows out till then. And again, if anybody's got any pointers as far as like how to polish up here, I think what I'm gonna do is just like sort of, I don't know, lay tape, like a little tape line here or something like that, and here, and just sort of polish the in-betweener so I don't get to the edges. I don't really know. Or do I just need a really small, tiny buffer that I don't already own? I don't know. But I do want this to come out as good as I can get it. I know no wax and stuff for like 30 days, so I'm just gonna do a compound and polish. I've got Griot's Boss fast correcting cream and a perfecting cream. I've got 2 pads of each that go, you know, corresponding to it. But during the week, maybe I'll just kind of probably clean the garage up, maybe put together the interior of what I can put together. And that's it. Appreciate everybody for watching this. Pretty stoked where this came. I learned a lot during this process. Anybody that's been painted panels before, a whole body of a car is just different. There's just so many little things to think of how you do it. And I'm not even gonna say, I know it sounds like I'm done, I'm wrapped up. I hope I am. So I'm gonna be really gentle on this polishing phase here. But again, I appreciate everybody for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Any comments, leave them below. I've had a lot of great ones. I'm really happy everyone's gonna give me some pointers and stuff along the way. It has helped out tremendously. So again, I'll see you guys next time.